400 Pakistanis in Kelantan tracked down for entering marriage of convenience. Religious school warden remanded over sexual assault of 13-year-old boy. Good evening, welcome to News on 2. The Malaysian Immigration Department in Kelantan has tracked down 400 Pakistani nationals who are married to Malaysian women to enable them to operate businesses and remain in the country for a longer period of time. Now, Kelantan Immigration Department Director Ashar Abdul Hamid said the long presence after their marriage of convenience has long irked local traders who claim that their businesses have been affected. The Kelantan Immigration Department is currently conducting vigorous vetting of visa renewal applications involving foreign citizens to avoid any abuse of visas and to prevent Malaysians from being victims of fraud.
Setakat sekarang, kalau kita rasa ada yang tak betul dekat permohonan untuk dapatkan visa sebagai suami ataupun isteri pada warga negara, kita akan pennaziran. Di Kelantan kita tak bagi lebih daripada 12 bulan. Kalau kita curiga dia punya status, kita mungkin lulus 3 bulan saja ataupun dalam banyak kes selama sebulan ni saya minta pergi buat penaziran balik.
Ashar said this today after an event at the Tanah Merah Immigration Depot in Kelantan. In addition, he said about 10 to 15 travel permits were cancelled after the department found that some of these foreigners were not living with their Malaysian wives. He said these foreigners had used their marriages as an easy way to stay longer in Malaysia to make profits by running a business. A religious school warden from Pulau Sebang in Malacca is under a 7-day remand order over an alleged sexual assault of a 13-year-old boy. Now, the 40-year-old man was detained at his home in Alor Gajah following a police report lodged by the victim who lives in the school hostel. The report was made at the Pulau Sebang police station at 2 p.m. yesterday. In his report, the boy claimed that the man had allegedly kissed him and forced him to perform oral sex as well as watch a pornographic video. The boy claimed he had been subjected to such acts on 3 occasions since the 1st of January. State CID Chief ACP Muhammad Nur Yazid said investigations are ongoing under Section 14 subsection A of the Sexual Offences Against Children Act 2017 and Section 377B for committing carnal intercourse against the order of nature. The Pulau Pinang Fire and Rescue Department have intensified its efforts in the search for the car that plunged off the Pulau Pinang Bridge earlier today. Now, 2 boats have been dispatched to locate the missing car.
Jadi sekarang ni operasi untuk mencari kereta yang dikuatiri tenggelam masih lagi dijalankan. Usaha-usaha mencari menghadapi sedikit kesukaran kerana arus yang deras sehingga sekarang. Kami akan teruskan lagi usaha-usaha untuk mencari kereta yang dimaklumkan terhumban ke laut tersebut.
During the 2:45 a.m. incident, a white SUV was reported to have been hit by a black Toyota Vios before it plunged into the sea. Upon arrival at the scene, rescuers found a severely damaged Toyota Vios. Now, witnesses said the other car had fallen into the sea. The driver of the Toyota Vios survived with minor injuries. The search operation also involved a team of officers and personnel along with a fire engine from the Perai Fire and Rescue Department with the assistance of the Marine Police. The Marine Police Force, or PPM, detained 2 seaweed farm entrepreneurs along with 22 other foreign workers in an operation dubbed Op Galora in the surrounding waters of Pulau Sidam yesterday for failure to comply with the regulations required of the license issued by the Fisheries Department for employing foreign workers. Sabah Region 4 PPM Commander ACP Muhammad Bajri Ali said all the men aged between 22 and 52 were found without valid identity documents and were detained while planting seaweed at 7:30 a.m. In a statement today, Muhammad Bajri said amongst the items seized in the operation included 750 kilograms of seaweed and 6 wooden bars worth an estimated value of 65,250 ringgit. He added that those arrested and seized items were taken to Tawa Marine Operations Centre for further action under the Fisheries Act of 1985 and the Immigration Act of 1959-1963. Meanwhile, Muhammad Pajeri said on the same day 5 other individuals between the ages of 24 and 51 were detained on board a boat in the surrounding waters of Sungai Melayu. The 5 individuals, which included a local man, was a skipper along with 4 passengers who were travelling from Tawau CIQ jetty heading towards Sungai Melayu. Preliminary investigations found that the 3 of the passengers were in possession of expired passports, while the 4th passenger had no valid travel documents. Muhammad Pajeri said all 5 individuals were nabbed for suspicion of involvement in smuggling activities of immigrants. Now, the case is now being investigated under the Trafficking in Persons and Anti-Smuggling of Migrants Act 2007, amended 2010. The Malaysian Border Security Agency, or AXIM, of Kelantan successfully foiled 2 separate firecracker smuggling attempts along Sungai Golok, Pengkalan Jambu, Pengkalan Kubur on the 17th and 18th of January with a seizure. Now, during both raids, AXIM seized a lorry and firecrackers worth a total of 484,400 ringgit. Its commander, Rusli Karim, said a similar smuggling attempt was also busted at Kampong Paloh, Jalan Kuala Kerai, Gua Musang on the 30th of December last year. Now, during the raid, the smugglers were seen transporting boxes of illegal firecrackers hidden under gunny sacks of used clothes onto a lorry. A total of 435,500 ringgit worth of items, including firecrackers and a lorry, was seized during the raid.
Dan di bahagian belakang lori tersebut ditutup ataupun diletakkan bandel-bandel pakaian terpakai untuk mengelabui mata pihak berkuasa. Dan disertakan sekali dengan delivery order.
Rusli said this in a press conference held at the Kota Bharu AXIM office today. All suspects in all 3 cases, however, managed to escape. All the firecrackers seized are suspected to have been smuggled in from a neighbouring country to be sold in the Klang Valley in conjunction with the upcoming Chinese New Year celebrations. The case will be handed over to the Royal Malaysian Customs Department to be investigated under Section 135 of the Customs Act 1967. Additionally, Rusli said, in conjunction with the festive season, AXIM will increase preventive measures against smuggling activities on top of the routine operations with the cooperation of law enforcement agencies at the border. Johor Police had succeeded in taking down 2 drug syndicates with drugs seized amounting to more than 350,000 ringgit in 4 separate raids in Muar and Batu Pahat last Thursday and Friday. Now, police also detained 8 men, including 2 Indonesian nationals. Johor Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department Chief ACP Lucas Akit said that over 1,000 grams of shabu was seized in the raid in Muar, detaining 5 local men and 2 foreigners. Also seized were 2 revolvers and a live bullet, along with 2 vehicles believed to be used by the suspects for their drug dealing activities. While in following raids, police detained a man in his 50s and discovered about 7,000 grams of heroin and over 2,000 grams of shabu.
Kesemua suspek dalam kes ini telah pun diriman untuk serta lanjut selama 7 hari sehingga 24 hari bulan 1. Dan kesemua kes ini disiasat di bawah Seksyen 39B Akta Dadah Berbahaya, dan untuk pistol, untuk revolver ni di bawah Seksyen 8 Akta Senjata Api penalti lebih berat tahun 1971.
Met by reporters today, he said since early this year, about 407 individuals in drug-related cases were detained with drugs worth 1.7 million ringgit seized. Coming up, no leniency on smoking ban during Cameron Highlands by-elections. Stay with us, that story up next. Welcome back. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said the direct taxes collected in 2018 had amounted to 137.035 billion ringgit, which is an increase of 11% compared to 2017. Now, in addition, he said the amount was more than the collection made by the previous government's record of 133.700 billion ringgit set in 2014. Lim, in a statement today, said this was an outcome of the effective tax-related strategies set by the government and reflected the people's confidence in the new Pakatan Harapan government. Lim said there was an increase in collection from companies, individuals, petroleum and cooperatives, as well as from stamp duties. Moreover, he said the improved performance reflected the effectiveness of a clean leadership and an administration based on the principles of competency, accountability and transparency. He said it also displayed an encouraging economic growth in 2018. Revenue collection from income tax, aside from petroleum, contributed to almost 117 billion ringgit, or over 85% of the total collection last year. In addition, Lim said the corporate component was the biggest contributor with 70 billion ringgit, or 51%, followed by the individual component at 36.1 billion ringgit, or 26.32%. 13,899 cooperatives have registered with the Malaysia Cooperative Societies Commission, or SKM, with a membership of 6.5 million people. Its executive chairman, Dato' Nordin Saleh, said the total involves model shares or fees worth 14.35 billion ringgit, assets worth 139.35 billion ringgit, and acquisition worth 40.24 billion ringgit. Kelantan recorded a total of 845 cooperatives with a membership of 331,000 people. This boosted the increased turnover of 1.23 billion ringgit, which set Kelantan as the fourth largest state to achieve the revenue target of 50 billion ringgit by year 2020.
Kalau kita boleh capai 50 bilion, ini satu pencapaian yang sehatlah, mana kita boleh mengatasi keadaan ekonomi outlook yang agak lemah sedikit. Tidak menentu ya, masih belum menentu.
Dato' Nordin said this today at the officiation of the cooperative complex in Kota Baru. The 2.18 million ringgit grant allocated for SKM Kelantan last year was the highest ever received by the state's cooperatives. Health Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad said there will be no exceptions concerning the smoking ban at all food premises during the campaign period in Cameron Highlands. He reiterated that action would indeed be taken if any relevant premises or individuals are found committing the offence.
Dan tidak ada semasa, tak ada genjatan ke dalam pilihan raya ni, tak ada. Tetap saya tadi mengingatkan kawan-kawan, walaupun daripada kawan-kawan daripada parti saya ataupun pakatan, tetap saya mengingatkan, kalau perlu saya ingatkan.
Dato' Sri Dr. Zulkifli said the smoking ban at food premises is appropriate and necessary to build a civilized country. He said this while on a working visit to the Sungai Koyan Health Clinic in Kuala Lipis. Also present was Pakatan Harapan candidate M. Manogaran. The privatization of 13 parking areas in Malacca is in its final stages and will be made public soon. 4 of the 13 areas in question include Medan Ikan Bakar Sungai Punggor, Malacca Central, Plaza Mahkota and the Red Square will, however, retain its previous parking system. Now, State Exco Dato' Teh Kok Kiew said that the matter is still being discussed and the opinions of the local public are being taken into consideration. Dato' Teh, however, said the public will be able to enjoy free parking on weekends.
Kita juga akan kaji macam program-program karnival yang dijalankan di kawasan tersebut yang menggunakan keseluruhan tempat letak kereta di kawasan tersebut. Itu pun kita akan ambil kajian. Kalau tidak sesuai, kita tidak akan benarkan. Mungkin sebahagian kecil saja kita benarkan. Yang lain-lain kena pergi di kawasan yang tidak menjejaskan tempat bilangan tempat letak kereta.
Speaking in Melaka Tengah today, Dato' Teh said the state government will also be studying the suitability of the implementation of privatized parking in rural areas. That item concludes this evening's edition of News on 2. In our top story, 400 Pakistanis in Kelantan tracked down for entering marriage of convenience. News on 2 will come on again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon with more news updates. Until then, I'm Adrian Seed. Thanks for watching.